I'm George, and one of the things is that we're wearing some masks over here, and there's actually a nice randomized trial that took 4,000 people. 2,000 were asked to wear masks into crowded environments, and others were not. And basically, by wearing a mask, you decrease the chance of any respiratory symptom by 30%. Not bad. Now, you brought your list of medications, you brought your blood pressure. One of the interesting facts in my mind is that I told you that last time you should know. In fact, we should both know, and I really appreciate that. So I plead everybody to either bring in all their pill bottles, and knowing how many fills you have, who's written those prescriptions. You have a detailed list of, what happened to you in the past, what doctors were involved in the past. And you didn't forget the heart rate with the blood pressure, and you measure your blood sugar. And to me, I wish I had more people like yourself. Thank you.
I appreciate that. That's not a problem. Just thank you for, like I said, for keeping us all healthy.
And one of the ways as we get older, as you know, starting the age of 30 downwards, that our health is deteriorating. And one of the things I learned is that we lose half our muscle mass. So we're doing our exercise. You can start off with simple walking, but getting to some weight training, I think, is a key factor. That's something I started about a year or so ago, and I'm glad I did that. I found out my blood sugar spiked, and so I'm really losing weight, and I need to, so remember, by losing 30 pounds, many people can't put their diabetes into remission. Listen, I'm hungry every day of my life, and and I thank Darren for playing squash this morning and doing a little bit of exercise, and I'm going to be out there as well, and I hope you do that too as well. The other thing is it's getting to vaccination season, and one of the things to realize is that COVID's still here. The disease is mutated. COVID in the United States last year was 5 to 6 times more deadly compared to influenza, which is something we get a flu shot every year, or many of us do, and success rate is 30 to 60% depending on the year. COVID vaccinations are good at decreasing severity of disease and represent 1 to 2% of total mortality at this stage of the game. So I'm looking forward to getting my next COVID vaccine, and the new version that's come out because the disease mutates. I'm going to get my flu shot. If you're over 65 in Ontario, you're eligible for Prevnar 20, which is a pneumococcal pneumonia. It's a bacterial infection that's called the killer of old people. There's the RSV vaccine, which is not funded unless you're in basically nursing homes at this stage, and that's a new one to explore. Just saw a case of shingles yesterday, and I got my shingles shot, and there were 2 shots. And so I'm trying to get every effing vaccine.
I hear you.
And we realize is that as we get older, so our weakest immune system is when we're born. So we get our immunity from our mom. She passes it on to us. And in the first 5 to 10 years, our immune systems don't work that well. Then they really rev up and work extremely well. Starting your 40s and 50s, they start to wear out. 60s takes a big hit. And I just turned 65, so my immune system is certainly taking a big hit. I'm going to train as much as I can by exercising and avoiding infectious agents as much as I can and getting appropriate vaccines. So there's so much to talk about. And George, thank you.
And what you should also know that if you do get your vaccines at a pharmacy, my pharmacy are kind enough that they notify me when the new one's available. So mine is due in the fall, for both for flu and for COVID. So that'll be number 6 I've had.
So just about COVID vaccine, so anybody over the age of 6 months is eligible for the COVID vaccine. And certainly anybody over the age of 60 years of age should get 1 to 2 COVID shots per year. I think younger people should consider getting a COVID shot every year as well. Again, long COVID is present. And what I also realized is that long COVID maximum age group between the ages 30 and about 50. And these are your most productive years. And I don't know about you, is that those are years you want to learn, build relationships, have families, make your living, build up for your retirement. And so if you get long COVID during that interval, my goodness, that can cause problems. So if you do get respiratory illness, if you think you have COVID, test if you can find a kit. I use no kit compared to no kits if you have one. And if you're COVID positive, you should isolate yourself for 5 days from the start. So that's your maximum infection rate. And from 5 to 10, you should wear a mask. And remember, 85% of transmission of COVID to somebody else is in the first 5 days. Usually the highest transmission is just the day before you're symptomatic or so, but the first 5 days are crucial for transmission to others. So lots to learn, and I thank the whole team for keeping us up to date.